Greetings everyone, Rogue here. Just wanted to try something a little bit different today. So another challenge, I wanted to see how many push-ups I could squeeze in a 2-minute period. Before we really get into that video, I just want to explain, like, going continuously on push-ups for 2 solid minutes is hard. It's impossible for me to do. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that can do it. I'm a bit older now. I can still get in quite a few push-ups. But I wasn't busting 100, that's for sure, and I wasn't going to go 2 minutes solid. So there was some stops, some resting, some holding position, and then continuing on. So that being said, I'm going to go into how I determined the method that I should use in order to count legitimate push-ups for a physical fitness test. So I didn't really want to go by Army standards because one, I'm 48 years old, and I don't think that those standards really apply to everybody, anyway. So what I did was I combined the two. I looked up some medical journals online and went through their fitness requirements, and what they look at, and some sports ones. And I decided to go with military.com. So I was going to apply the two and combine them. So military.com and then sportsn.com, because military.com, one, they only go to 41. Their age group stops at 41. I'm 48. Top End Sports goes far beyond that, but they're very similar in what they say your age group should be hitting in order to be like below average, above average, and good and excellent. And so I decided to use a combination of both of those, military.com, topendsports.com, and also both of them use the Army style of or Army regulation for what they consider a legitimate push-up. All the way down, your arm and your floor should be parallel to each other, so they should be making a parallel line. So don't go partially down, so your arm is sticking up, too far, like you're too far down. Don't go not all the way down, so there's definitely an angle and there's no parallel there. Keep it parallel. Of course, I didn't have anybody there watching me. I had to watch the video. And also, like if you're in the military, one, every time you do a push-up, anybody that's been in the military is going to tell you you're doing it wrong all the time, okay? Because they were trained to do a certain type of push-up. That being said, I've watched plenty of group PTs out there, and I know when they do their physical fitness test, and it's one sergeant, one soldier, and he's watching that soldier do his push-up, he's making sure he's in regs. But when you go out to group PT, how many of those soldiers are doing regulation push-ups? Very few, very, very few. I wish I had a camera to walk around through there. So you see very few of legitimate push-ups when it comes to group PT. So that's what I was saying, was I wish I had a camera, I could walk around through there and I could get video and say, not regulation, not regulation, not regulation. You see a lot of that. Just had my boss come in though and talk to me a little bit, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just on the phone. So anyway, getting back on track, really what I wanted to talk about and is the fact that I use 2 different websites. So with the military.com, for my age group, at least it stopped at 41. If I did 24 to 50 push-ups, if I did 24 push-ups in that, or just 24 push-ups, because they weren't going by a time frame. They didn't have like, you need to do this within 2 minutes. They just said get 24 legitimate push-ups in, and that would be a passing score by military standards. If I did 40 push-ups, that would give me a score of 66. You only need 50% to pass. 40 push-ups would have given me 66%. 50 push-ups would have given me 76%. And it had to be 50 regulated push-ups. And then if you're on Top End Sports, greater than 34 push-ups is considered excellent health. Greater than 21 to 28, greater than 21 but less than 28 would be above average. So, and they use the same standard regulation push-up, arm, floor, parallel. So I was able to do a complete 64 push-ups. So, and those are, we all know what push-ups are. It's down and back up without cheating, And so those were 64 push-ups. Now, regulation push-ups, I counted it several times. I only counted 51 regulation push-ups because towards the end I was very tired, fatigued, and I wasn't making it all the way down before I was pushing back up, just trying to squeeze in those few. Realizing I'm not going all the way down, I went down a few more times. But I counted it 3 times. I counted 51 regulation push-ups. So that put me in it put me in the 76th percentile on military.com standards, and it definitely put me in excellent status in topendsports.com. So anyway, going now to outside to show the video. I'm going to begin here with that. So this is what I accomplished this morning. 51 regulation push-ups according to my count. You can count them too, see what you think. How many do you consider that I got? But I did a total of 64 push-ups out there, counting 51. So good day, everybody. Enjoy the video. Greetings, everyone. Road Contractor here. So I'm going to do something a little different today. I want to do push-up test, fitness test. So amount of push-ups I can do in a 2-minute period and still pass. I need to be able to do 24. I know I can do probably 40 actually. I haven't really gone all the way within 2 minutes especially. So I looked at a couple of different websites to see like what would be considered passing. One was military.com, doing the Army standard test. They only didn't go by minutes. They only really went by the number of push-ups that you could do, which was for my age group, military.com stops at 41. I'm 48, so for the max age group, needed to be able to do 21 push-ups to reach the score of 50, which would have been a passing grade. And I know I can surpass that. I'm going to go ahead and mark myself for 2 minutes and then start the push-ups. And I'm going to go all the way down. I looked at topendsports.com because they use the same standard of the style of push-up, but they had a score between 21 and 28 to do above average, no time limit, and then above 36, I believe, was excellent. So let's see if I can do that. I'm pretty sure, I know I'm gonna bust 20. I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way to 40. So I'm gonna set my watch for 2 minutes and then begin. So, and a regulation push-up would be all the way down, chest close to the floor until my arm and the floor is parallel with each other. So that's what I'm looking for. All right. Ready to start. Go. I'm at 1 minute. I don't know how many of these are going to count in the end. That's hard to do. So I believe I busted 50 legit push-ups. I will have to look at the video to specifically count. I know some of the ones at the end
wouldn't have been counted. But you know, I just had to stop, try to regain my balance, my rest, and then continue on. So after I finish my workout, I'll take this inside and go over the websites again and what the regs were for a passing grade, above average, and excellent status. So good day, everybody. See you in a bit.